Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Nev with Nev's Mad Theories. I am back. I'm trying something a little different today. I'm doing a voice recording only. Gonna probably throw up some video footage of me and my brother rolling around Boston together. Got tired of my very low quality phone videos. Even though the phone costs a lot of money, the videos were still lacking hardcore. So, in the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing my research on how to bring you better videos. If you know anything about video equipment and what I might need, throw me a comment. All three subscribers, if you know nothing about video recording for the internet or YouTube, Twitch, etc., I will do my own research. Don't worry. I'm not going to put all this pressure on you guys. So, today I wanted to do a quick recap of Marvel Phase 1, 2, and 3. I I don't think it's possible. I wanted to do a video that way if someone wanted to start out in Marvel Phase 4 starting next year, I wanted to be able to help them. It's not possible, okay? There's too many details, there's too many characters, there's too many plots and all this stuff that's all mixed together to make Endgame happen. And there's no possible way. I'm sorry if you've never heard of the MCU, you've been living under a rock and you need to get out from under it real quick. Uh, this stuff is huge. I mean, these movies are the highest grossing movies of all time. And I don't even consider it a superhero thing anymore. I consider it a like revolution in filmmaking, and they know exactly what they need to do to make us watch these movies. So, if you like action, you like comedy, you need to go and start watching these films from the beginning. And you could honestly watch them from now until Black Widow comes out next year. You could seriously watch every single movie easily. We all did it before Endgame came out. Maybe not all of us. Some of us hardcore fans. That's by the way, that's going to be part of a later video. It's going to be called "How to Get Your Girlfriend to Break Up with You." Chapter one is watching Marvel movies over and over again, trying to find out every single detail. Um, these movies are great. I'm telling you, I highly recommend checking them out. So instead of doing that, I want to talk about Punisher, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, people that haven't been mentioned since they died in Netflix on Netflix. Since they're done, if you've watched any of these, then you know that Daredevil and Punisher are probably the two most promising series that came out on there. Daredevil is insanely good. If you haven't watched it, oh man, there's some fight segments in there that are a minute and 50 seconds long, and they are epic. Okay, now those characters are there. They've been introduced. They've been mainstream. They're known, right? Maybe some people know about them, right? More than people knew about Shang-Chi. Uh, but these characters could easily be put into the MCU, and now that all the cards are uh, coming in, like all the opportunities are syncing up, there's no telling what they could possibly do with the storyline. But it would be pretty cool to see Daredevil come back. I know he has affiliations with Spider-Man and other heroes around New York, but he also has a lot of affiliations with the same villains. And I mean, honestly, they should just be able to put them in. I mean, if Netflix can make Daredevil look pretty cool and Punisher look really cool, guess what? MCU can do it. Another thing that I wanted to get into was how would they introduce Logan into the MCU, the X-Men. Now, I obviously think that I know that other people have probably thought of it as well, but I've mentioned it in previous recordings that the Inhumans could easily be a branch into mutants. I even pointed out the similarities between Miss Marvel, and Logan, and how they have similar abilities. You would consider Wolverine a mutant, and you would consider Miss Marvel a Inhuman. Okay, but really, in the cinematic universe, is that so different? It could be a one is a mutation in a certain way, one is a mutation in a certain way, and some could be like how the Eternals are probably going to set up a decent amount of stuff as well, as this is just your bloodline and you have special abilities. So what I wanted to branch into was something I was thinking about is, yeah, they might introduce mutants this way, the Eternals might set up everything that's going to happen in the next few phases, but what if they introduced Logan as a villain at first? I mean, he's not the nicest looking dude, and honestly, before he gets brought into the fold under Xavier's wing, I wouldn't want to be standing in the opposite. Like, I wouldn't want to be standing in front of him in on the battle zone, right, in the battlefield. Definitely not. So he could easily be introduced as a villain at first, and we all know exactly who he is. But it would be pretty epic to see him go up against any hero that they could throw at him. I mean, there's whole comic books based off of him just killing everybody. So he would be a pretty crazy threat, and it would be crazy for us fans. We'd all be sitting there just like, oh my God, no, don't kill him. It's Wolverine, please, no, let him survive. So hey, I'm just saying, there's some twists here that they could be throwing at us that not even some of the main theory people can think of, like these people that are obsessed with it, like me, because it's it's wide open. They can do anything with it. So that's pretty exciting. Fantastic Four. I feel like it's going to be the exact same reboot as always, but it's just going to be better. Maybe I'm just an MCU fanboy. Sue me. But Spider-Man, there's been rumors. I honestly, after Far From Home, there was things in Far From Home that I didn't really enjoy 100%. And even towards the end of Far From Home, I just started to think, this is no, they're gonna pull him out of the MCU, right? But there are some things that I'm not gonna talk about, but I mean, it really kind of drove me crazy. I don't consider Far From Home the end of Marvel Phase 3. I consider Endgame to be that. Because all there is in Far From Home, spoiler alert, is just montage of Tony Stark being dead. No, like, other than explaining the blip, which they could have done in the end credits of Endgame. I mean, easily. It could have been the clip that they showed, which they should have, and then we wouldn't have even they wouldn't have even needed to be mentioned in Far From Home. So I don't consider that, other than the Nick Fury part in space afterwards, I don't consider that the end of Marvel Phase 3. I'm sorry. But with all the teetering back and forth with Spider-Man in Disney, out of Disney, in Disney, now teaming up with Venom, and also going to be in the, I don't know what's happening, but it's driving me crazy, and I rather, Sony just sell it, okay? Please. I mean, you're not going to be able to do the same thing, and if you can make a little bit of money off of it, then make a little money off of it. It's better than not making any money off of it at all. So now I've heard that they're talking about Spider-Man and Venom being in the same movie, and then obviously you're going to see Venom and Carnage. You're going to see they might be fighting against Carnage. Spider-Man and Venom might be fighting Carnage in this next film. Whatever that's leading into, and then you got SinisterSix, and you know I've heard theories about all different types of stuff happening. I'm just not as invested in it because it's going back and forth so many times. It's like driving me nuts. So I've kind of distanced myself from it. I'm more focused in on Fantastic Four and X-Men, which are huge properties to own. Obviously, every single one of my videos talking about Marvel might mention them at some point in time. My last video mentioned the Illuminati and how Iron Man could possibly be the ringleader. Even though that he's dead now, he could have easily reached out to some of the most powerful people on the planet that he knows of. After doing his research looking for Spider-Man, he could have found other enhanced individuals. So I mean, honestly, there's that, but I'm more focused in on, I want to know who's going to be casted, who's going to be cast for these roles. I want to know who's going to be in what part of each timeline, as far as whether they're going to introduce the X-Men as the early on X-Men, but now in the current world, or current world X-Men. I mean, it's crazy to think about. There's a lot of details there to kind of nail down. So I'm looking forward to all that stuff. I'm putting my love for Spider-Man to the side for now. Whole other thing is Ryan Reynolds was at Disney for a meeting this last week, and that is huge because it's kind of been in limbo. We've heard them all say, we're not going to get rid of Deadpool. That's making money. Why would we? But it's also like, what are they going to do to make it to where they can actually put out Deadpool without it being as rated R, and then not pissing us off because we all love that side of it. Maybe some people think it's a little graphic, but I mean, come on, read a book, read a read a Deadpool comic book, and just chillax. All right, but so that's what I'm here for. I'm all about it. I'm all in. All the chips are pushed in. I'm ready to make some guesses on characters and plots and timelines, and whew, this is huge. Thor is very exciting as well, and the Guardians, but those aren't even on the playing board right now. So we're going with what we got. Moon Knight and She-Hulk and Miss Marvel are also very exciting to hear about and what they could possibly do with it. And we might even see some hints at what we're gonna actually get in the What If TV show, which I feel like has escaped a lot of thoughts here. Is that, I mean, they could easily do a What If episode of stuff that we're gonna see. Maybe not like hardcore spoilers, but a just to give us a brief idea of what it could possibly be like. So hey, I'm on board. I'm totally excited about it. So, anyways, I hope you like this recording. I guess my main mad theory was that Logan's going to be a bad guy starting out in this universe. If you like this and you want to hear more of it, please subscribe. I'm not out for anything other than I want to entertain you with my Marvel theories. So just give me a like, subscribe to me, comment, tell me I'm doing a good job if you like it. Share it with some of your friends that are also Marvel freaks like me. And thank you guys. I hope you have a great night.